Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. What a beautiful day we have going on here in the city today. So it's so great. We've got the windows open, and we actually just had a really wonderful weekend here in Newburyport. So let's just recap a little bit. We had Springfest here in town, where we had a lot of live music on the waterfront, a lot of vendors, a lot of arts and crafts, a lot of arts performances throughout the weekend. I want to give a big shout out to the Chamber of Commerce and my good friend Steve Cavanaugh, who worked really hard putting all that together. There was many individual donors that helped have the weekend be really a great success. As a lot of you know, I was away last week, at least Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we got home Saturday, and we were able to check out a little bit of Springfest Saturday, and then Sunday we came down, got some ice cream, went to the waterfront, saw Joan Osborne. It was really great, and it was nice to see so many people out in the city. It was really nice to have really that first great weather weekend as well. It got really warm here. It was actually warmer here than it was in North Carolina, where I was this past weekend. But outdoor dining was in full effect. It was just really a wonderful weekend to be out and about in Newburyport. And so it gets you really excited for the rest of spring and then going into summer here in our great city. I'm going to talk just a little bit briefly about my trip to North Carolina. As you know, I went down, my brother-in-law, Luke Teal, who was also from Newburyport, grew up here, graduated Newburyport High School class of '97. He became the chief commander. He's a colonel in the Air Force. He became the chief commander of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. So we had a great weekend. My entire family went down for his change of command ceremony. So, we took a lot of pictures and, learned a lot about the base. So I'm hoping in a later Mayor's Corner, maybe kind of special edition, maybe around Memorial Day, we can talk a little bit more about, a lot about what service to your country and some of the sacrifices you have to make when you do that. And it's a local story about two Newburyport kids, Luke Teal and my sister Megan. So stay tuned for that. We had a great weekend, and again, congratulations to Colonel Luke Teal. We're incredibly proud of you here in Newburyport. Some updates about what's going on in the city. So Newburyport Youth Services, if you haven't already, go back and watch my last Mayor's Corner. It was completely about Newburyport Youth Services, and I was able to bring Andy Egmont on, who is our great Youth Services Director, but that was filled with a lot of great information. So I'm not going to go too deep into what's going on with NYS. Just know that we're moving further along in the process. We're working with the architect. We think that's going to take about 6 weeks to have something that we can go back to City Council with. And again, we're looking for a design concept for 59 Low Street, and then we're also looking for a cost estimate and what the budget is going to look like to put youth services there. So we're moving along. We're following the process. We're really excited about the possibilities at 59 Low Street for Newburyport Youth Services. So again, stay tuned. Last night, we had our finalist interviews for the head librarian position at our Newburyport Public Library. Giselle Stevens is stepping down. She is a wonderful leader, but she's retiring, so we're happy for her, but we're sad that she's moving on. And I am happy to report that it's safe to do this, but Sarah Kelso will be our next head librarian. A lot of you might know Sarah. Sarah has been the assistant head librarian at Newburyport for the past 4 years. So she's been able to learn under a great leader. She's got a lot of great ideas and a passion for the city and for libraries in general. So again, congratulations to Sarah. I'm so excited to work with you. And I think, again, I think the city's lucky. I think the library is lucky. And I can't wait for you to start coming in July. So stay tuned for that. As you notice, the road work is still continuing around town. So again, our 5-year plan has been put into action. All the street paving should be done by June 10th. That's our goal. So it should be right around that. And then we'll have 22 streets done here in Newburyport. So what you'll notice is what we're going to try to tackle next, and what we're going to start planning for is the sidewalk portion of that plan. So we're not doing all the sidewalks on all these streets in year one. We're picking and choosing where they are needed the most. And again, the pockets of funding that we can use for sidewalks is a little bit different. So what we are compiling along with that project is a list of potential safety and sidewalks improvements that we can make around the city. And I've put a line item in the budget for $100,000 to be used on just that list. Okay, so hopefully we make it through the process here with City Council, and then we'll have another pocket of money that we can address some of these, 1, safety issues, and 2, just places in the city that might just need a fix on a sidewalk, or a place that doesn't currently have a sidewalk, and that we can go ahead and put one in there. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to give you a little bit more information on sidewalks. But again, kudos to DPS and the contractor we're working with. A lot of great work going on around the city. I did mention the budget. We are in budget season. This is my budget binder. that we all got. So we've started the process of working through our budget. It's about a $78 million budget that we put together. So the process now is through the City Council's Budget and Finance Subcommittee. They'll have committee meetings as a whole, budget hearings on Thursdays throughout May, where they'll be talking about each of the department's budget, and where they'll bring in the department heads, and we'll have our finance department there, and there'll be some people there from the mayor's office to answer any questions the City Council might have regarding the budget. But I think it's a really, really solid budget. This is our first run at it in my administration of the budget, but we were able to include a lot of the asks that our departments had this year. And I think we were able to make some efficiencies from past budgets as well. So I'm excited to go through that process. Again, if you have any questions about the budget, you can come to my open office hours at the end of the month, or check out our website and look at, what's nice about our budget too is there's a narrative portion that goes along with each department. So you can actually go on there and read, some of the things we're trying to do in the budget. And I think it's really helpful because it kind of creates that picture of what we had in the past and what we're trying to do moving forward, and what's the thinking for longer term planning as well. So budget season, I know it's incredibly exciting, but you can view those meetings online, or you can come and show up in person. And actually there's a public comment section as well if you have some comments that you'd like to share with the group. Let's talk about COVID real quick. So our numbers of COVID have risen quite a bit. And I will say we've had some departments in City Hall affected over the last few weeks. The infection rate in the city right now is about 8.17%, so it's pretty high right now. What comfort I'll take in that is that the hospitalizations in Anna Jake's is still very low. So what that tells me is we're getting another run of COVID right now, but people aren't getting as sick as they were in the past. So what I just want to remind everybody is there are certain things you can do and continue to do to keep yourself safe. You can practice distancing if you would like to. We have masks that you can still wear. And again, we don't have a mask policy right now. It's really whatever your comfort level is around COVID. And if you're looking for good quality masks, we have the K95 mask here at City Hall. Stop by the health department, and we do have some that we'd be willing to share. So if you're looking for good quality masks, you can stop by. We also have test kits. If you're looking for some at-home test kits, we still have a lot left over from the amount that we gave away when I first took office. Again, stop by the health office. We're happy to share those out to the community if you're looking for them. And at the same time, just do what makes you feel comfortable. Also, if you haven't got your booster yet, please go out and get them. We're going to put it up on our website. So we still have a COVID section of our website, but there's 4 places in Newburyport that you can go and get your booster shot. So we're going to have those listed on there. So again, for any of this information, please go to cityofnewburyport.com, and that'll have all that information there for you. But stay safe. There's also a lot of other sickness going on right now too. So it's not all just COVID. So again, work on self-monitoring, like how you're feeling, and if you're sick, stay home. That's what I'm encouraging my staff here to do at City Hall. We have had some people out with COVID, and they've stayed home for the 5 days and come back to work. So again, it's just trying to keep everybody safe and getting through this. I was sick a few weeks ago. I didn't have COVID, but I had a bronchial infection. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now. So please, I encourage everyone, take care of yourself and stay healthy. Again, we're finally at the great weather, right? We're finally there. We want to be out there and enjoy it. There's a lot of things going on this weekend as well. So we had a big weekend with Springfest last weekend. This weekend, there's a couple things I wanted to highlight. So Saturday down on the waterfront from 12 to 4, we have our Waterfront Performing Arts Festival and Youth Art Walk. And that's something that's put on by the Newburyport Public Schools. They've been doing this for a number of years now, but it's so great that it's all the music classes get to come down. And so, my son Oliver is in 4th grade. That's right, 4th grade. And so his class will be performing at some point during the day. Again, he's been singing these songs the past 2 months, getting ready for this. So he's really excited for it. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day, Saturday here in Newburyport. So come down to the waterfront from 12 to 4. You're going to get to see so many different kids perform. All sorts of songs, which I think it's going to be really great. And there's also an art walk going around. So you can go to a lot of the businesses downtown and see some of the great artwork that our kids are doing in school. So it's really a great event, and kudos to the Newburyport Public Schools and the teachers for putting this together every year. So again, I'll be down there, and I'm really looking forward to it. Another event that's happening on Saturday is, I feel like I'm going really fast this week. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the window's open and I've got so much fresh air in here, but I seem to be flying through this. But Another event we have going on this week is the Nourishing the North Shore Seedling Sale, and that's happening at the Riverwalk Brewery from 12 to 6 on Saturday. And if you remember, that Nourishing the North Shore group was the one I was promoting a couple weeks ago when they did their Walk for Hunger. So this is an organization that works in the North Shore and helps with a lot of these other organizations with around food security and making sure people aren't hungry and that they have access to a lot of these resources. And I think we have a lot of great organizations up here. I think we have the food bank over in Newbury, and then we have our Neighbors Table and the Pettingale House that all benefit from the work that Nourishing the North Shore does. So if you have time and you're looking for seedling, you're talking about fruits, vegetables, they're going to have lots of seedlings down there. My wife is incredibly into plants, so I'm sure we'll make some time this weekend to get down there and find some new seedlings that we can start planting, because we've been outside in our backyards the last couple of weekends getting the landscaping ready for the year. I'm sure you've all been doing that too. Finally, there's one other thing that's happening next week that I wanted to mention, and Storm Surge is a group in town that has a lot of great events throughout the year. So they're about to kick off their annual speaker series, all right? And as a candidate for mayor last year, I was able to attend a lot of these throughout the year and again, learn so much about a lot of different topics around climate resiliency and again, storm surge, and how those things are where we live is so unique as far as being on the river, being so close to the ocean. The effects of climate change is so, to understand them and to prepare for them is so important here. So Storm Surge is a great group. They actually sponsored a debate. The last debate for the mayoral election too was sponsored by Storm Surge, and I think that was probably my favorite debate out of the three. So again, I'm a big fan of the work they do. So their next speaker series is going to be next Wednesday at the Senior Center at 7 p.m. And the title of it is Towards a Resilient Water Supply. And this is really important for Newburyport because, as you know, our water supply, we had that algae bloom scare a few years ago. So, that topic about protecting our water supply and how do we do that is going to become really important, not only right now, but as we try to plan for the future as well. I can tell you, I was at a meeting today, and what we were talking about, there's some pretty big ticket item projects in place right now that we're going to hopefully get funding for the design for, but the idea is it's going to help protect our water supply moving forward. If you've been paying attention to City Council the last few months too, we actually allocated some of our ARPA funding to go towards an emergency water hookup between Amesbury and Newburyport, just in case the unthinkable happens and our water supply gets compromised. We're working with Amesbury on having a hookup that will go over the state bridge to link up the two communities so we can pull water back and forth. So it'll be a mutual agreement. So those are the types of things we're doing to be resilient about our water supply. And some of these big projects I'm going to start talking about quite a bit more. I think I've already talked about possibly having a future Mayor's Corner from our water treatment plant. Because these projects are going to be so important, we want to get that information out there early and know what we're thinking about and what are the things that we're going to be looking at for funding moving forward. One of them I'll just mention is creating a pipeline to go from our Indian Hill Reservoir down to our water treatment plant, because right now there's not a pipeline that does that. The water starts at Indian Hill and then trickles down over stream and over the water to other reservoirs. About 80% of our water supply comes from Indian Hill. So if we could create a pipeline that goes directly from Indian Hill to our water supply, that's going to do a lot of things for us. And so I'm not going to get into it too much now, but if you want to learn more about this, please attend that meeting that Storm Surge is putting on. It's their first in their speaker series. It's next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Senior Center. And also, if you can't make it Wednesday, NCM Hub will be there broadcasting it, so you can see it on Channel 9. You can stream it later on the YouTube channel for NCM Hub, and again, you can check out their website to get that information. But again, lots of different ways you can access this really important first talk in their speaker series. And I will be promoting their speaker series throughout the year because, I do think it's so much great information and it's so important that we try to get that information out to as many residents as we can. Also, just real quick, Julie Spurnight, she's our business manager of DPS. She'll be there that night to talk about a software program called WaterSmart that the city invested in and implemented last September. And this is a great software because it can alert citizens of leaks, and it can help you save on water and, again, save on your bills too. So that's another part of that talk that's happening next week. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. Again, a lot of great information. I'm really excited about where we are right now in the city. We have a lot of great initiatives that we've got moving right now. I'm excited to get through my first budget process with the City Council. So again, pay attention, stay tuned, attend budget hearings. Again, reach out to my office if you have any questions. Again, if you're ever backed in a corner, you know the mayor's got your back. Have a great week. Enjoy this weekend. Get out and enjoy all the wonderful things that are happening downtown, and I'll see you next week.